happy Friday. Thanks for joining me here tonight. Tonight is Finish It Friday. It's the first Friday of the month where we finish up a project or we work on a project that we haven't worked on in a while to try and finish it up. Tonight I'm actually going to continue with the Aurifil block of the month. I'm going to attempt to finish this up, which I think we will do. And as a bonus finish it, I am going to finish all of my face masks that I didn't finish last time we worked on them. So I have all of the strips that need to happen yet. So thanks again, guys, for joining me here. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroidery kits for the beginning crafter. And I am here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. That's 9:30 Eastern and 6:30 Pacific. And it's a time that we can relax and craft together. I'm here for about an hour, and I work on projects from beginning to end. So again, you guys, we are working on the Aurifil block of the month here. We're gonna finish this up. Usually on Finish It Friday, which is the first Friday of the month, we take something that we have had laying around for a while and we dust it off and we work on that instead. But I really wanted to finish our current project, so I'm gonna finish this, but we're gonna have time to work on my face masks as well that we're working on. So again, I am not done with the strips, the little strips that we have to fold and make all cute and nice. So we will do that. I think I have maybe 3 of these that I'm not done with yet. But let's start out by sewing our block. So thanks again for joining me. All right, again, so here is the project right there. It is the Aurifil block of the month by Carol Lillis Shaw is this block. It's the Dolomites block. And here is where we're at with it. Oh, upside down now. But last night we fused this down. It's funny upside down. All right, so all that's left on here is we have to actually sew all the pieces down now, just so it's more permanent. So it's been fused, so I can lift it up and move it around. But to have it permanently on there, I do need to stitch it down. So what I think I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna sew around the edge first, just to hold everything in place. And then I think I'm going to just trace the main kind of objects. I think this is a good solid line. I'll probably go zoop up there, cut across here, and then get the mountain shapes in. And then I think I'll go back and just add some stitching to the rest of it. I think that's kind of all I'm going to really do. We can always add more when we're in the quilting stage. So once this is sewn to all of the other blocks and I have the batting and the backing on and we do, I don't know, however we're planning on sewing it or quilting it, like free motion quilting or something else, at that point, maybe we can add some extra little stuff. But for now, let's just make sure everything's attached. So like I said, I'm going to start with the sewing just all the way around. I'm using my late 30s, early 40s sewing machine. I thought it was a 42 sewing machine, 1942. But then I was looking up again, and I think it might actually be a 1938. I'm gonna have to dig into it again. But this machine is just so fun. It doesn't have a belt, so it just has a hard rubber wheel that's rolling, that's attached to the motor, and it just rolls right up against the bigger wheel, and that's how it works. No belt. It kind of bypasses the belt, which is just kind of fun. All right, I'm just gonna go down this edge. So eventually this edge will probably be cut off once we're sewn into the quilt. I mean, I didn't even square it off. It's not straight. It's not anything. I'm just trying to get the edge so it attaches. Because remember, I didn't put fusible web everywhere on here, so I want to make sure it's down now. I think I'll have just enough Aurifil thread on my machine to finish this project and the next project. Okay. Yeah, I'm already feeling better that this is all sewn down. It's this purple fabric that gets a little floppy. Oh man, you guys, John and I ate all of our naughty food today. We didn't eat all of it, but that's what our food consisted of today. And holy cow, we cannot do that again. We did manage to have some salmon and salad and rice for first dinner. So we couldn't take it anymore. We had to have something healthy, but yum. Those jelly beans were good. All right, so we've gone around this now, and now I think I'm just going to just kind of go from area to area. Okay, so I think I'm going to just start with like some straight lines here. I actually might do the big like main straight lines, like the mountain, and I think like this cut and this cut. I think I'm going to go on both sides of the piece. Actually, I think I'm going to do that on every piece. I'll go on both sides. I suppose I wouldn't have to. I could just go on the side that overlaps the other side. Maybe I'll just do that. So the main ones I'll go 2, just to like give it some extra emphasis maybe. And all the other ones, maybe I'll just go 1. No, I'm not even sure about that. Maybe I'll just do 1 on all of them. Let's just leave it at that. I'm going to do 1 on all of them. We can always go back if we want to add more, I think. All right. Give it a go. Okay, hopefully that's okay, you guys. I'm a bit wiggly tonight. Alrighty. So the sooner, I suppose, yeah, let's just do the one rose, because the sooner we get this done, the sooner I can finish the face masks tonight as well. So I'm just going to stay on, remember we have overlapped fabric here. I'm going to stay on the piece of fabric that is the top. I'm going to just go, I don't know, between an 1/8 and a 1/16 inch from the edge. I'm going to just do my best to sew straight, I guess. Ooh, I'm getting close to the edge. Yeah, and I think I'm just gonna go back and forth, or like back tack at each side. I could pull the edges to the back. So when you backstitch, it kind of locks the piece in place. But if you don't backstitch, you can pull it to the back and just tie it off, and it looks a lot nicer, but I don't think I'm going to even bother with that. There, we are sewn on there. I think I'm going to just jump in. Let's start from the middle, I think. We're going to just hit every line once. Simplest we can do. That's what we're going to do tonight. We'll finish it. And like I said, there's a lot of opportunity to do some fun quilting with these blocks. So I think maybe I'll leave the like heavy lifting sewing for later. We can be super decorative then, in theory. Just trying to hold both these threads down so they don't pull through. Yeah, I'm just gonna back tack it. Just because it's easy. So a lot of starting and stopping on this tonight, but that's okay. We're gonna get her done. Ugh, we had ice and snow here today too. Blah, and it was cold. I did not like it. I was not very happy about that. All right, let's do this little angle here. I'm also gonna trim this white off when we're done. I'm not gonna perfectly square up the block or anything, but I will just trim so we don't have tons of excess everywhere. My brother in Kansas City also said that he got a little bit of ice or snow or something too. But the picture he took of showing us the ice was like on a full bloomed bush of these like purple flowers. And I'm like, okay, we do not have any flowers here yet. It is still, we don't have any of that spring fun stuff. So at least you got like the pretty flowers. I'm ready for the lilacs to bloom and all that. We are not there yet, though. You know, this is doing the job perfectly well, and it's making it look finished. I am fine with how we are doing this tonight. All right. I think I'm going to jump here next. You know what? I think I'll just jump. So I'm not going to even take it off of the machine. It may pull a little, and I'll trim, you know, we got this extra thread here. I will trim that off later, but I think this is going to be a faster way of kind of moving around the space here versus me trimming it every single time. I'm gonna go around the whole thing first, the whole mountain. So I could have chosen like a really fun color of thread for this, but I had some kind of like pale gray on the machine, and I think that's doing a perfectly fine job. It's a nice neutral. Oh, and across the state from Kansas City, you had 70s. Oh my God, I can't even imagine what 70s would feel like. Oh, that's the best temperature. This mountain got a little curvy. All right. So I'm gonna do that jump again. I suppose I gotta not have my needle down to do that, but let's oh, it did not want to finish that stitch. There we go. All right, let's leap over to here. Oh, I don't want to roll up this edge too much yet. I think after I get this one, I think I'll jump to here and get this mountain before I bend things all over the place. It takes me a few moments to go into reverse on this machine. Oh, is someone saying that they're not feeling good here? Try and stay away from other people. That's probably the best thing. Uh-oh, you guys. Am I out of bobbin? I am not sewing anything. I must be out of bobbin. So someone, when we were working on the face masks last time I was using this machine, and someone mentioned it's probably the bobbin almost out, and now I'm kind of stuck on here too. There we go. And sure enough. All right, so now we get to do bobbin on this machine again. So I'm actually almost out of the thread. I only have this much left. So, you know what? Let's just fill the bobbin with what we got there, because I'm going to back up for you guys. So I'll just use a different color. I think that's fine. Finish it Friday, and you finish a bobbin out. So there we are, empty. Okay, so our bobbin winder is right here. I'm gonna fix the positioning of this. I'm a little bit better at winding the bobbin now than I was. I think I'm possibly doing it correctly now. All right, there we go. Oh, let's loosen this so that I'm loosening the wheel so that the needle doesn't go up and down, and we should just be ready to go. I gotta hold the thread down up here. So see how this rubber wheel is just rolling directly onto the bigger wheel? That's how... Ooh, all right, I think my thread broke, but I think I have enough on there. Come off. There, but see, this wheel goes right up against the main wheel, and that's what turns it. There's another wheel just like this on the back that runs the whole machine, and there's no belt. That's how it's working, is just wheel against wheel. Okay, so now in this one, I face the thread towards me. I think in my other bobbin with the other machine, it's the other way around. Haha, pro. All right, that took me so long a couple weeks ago. I know you guys remember. I was futzing with that for, oh God, like 20 minutes. Maybe not that long, but pretty long. We were there for a while. All right, all of the things to put the thread on this machine are all on the side like this. It's all just kind of neat. So let's, I had to look up how to thread it. Go down. Get that tension nubbin. Then I gotta go back up here. And there's a little pulley wheel. And after that, then I go just down, and I'm gonna clip the edge just so I have a nice clean bit when I try and thread. I gotta actually thread it through this tiny hole first. I should probably switch the needle, but I think I'll wait till when I'm done with, we're just finishing up this project, so when I'm done with this and the face masks tonight, it'll be time to clean this whole guy again. Haha, got it. All right. Now a little twist of the wheel, and we should be ready to go again. That just brings up the bobbin thread from the bottom. There we go. Okay, we're back to 2 threads and a functioning machine, hopefully. Hoo-wee, all right. We we left off. I had a little bit, I didn't quite make it all the way to the edge here, so I'm gonna stitch over that a little bit. There we go. Ooh, don't get this white all sewn in there. All right. All right, now I'm gonna leap. I'm gonna do what I was intending to do before. Ooh, come on, machine. There we go. Which is leap over here. And sew this line. I'll try and get in the same holes, but I don't know if that'll happen. I'm trying to get my thread underneath the foot here. There. Sorry about that. I think let's just jump. Let's jump to, we'll jump to this spot right here. And then we will get this mountain and then like get this guy right here. Trying to map it out a little bit. Uh-oh. That's what I was hoping wouldn't happen. All right, I'm gonna go forward a little bit. Oh yeah, okay, so machine did not like that. It's pulling the other thread here. Let's see if it works now. All right, I just needed to hold it down a little bit more. It was trying to suck in the threads from where I leapt across here. Just needed to hold it down, I think. Ooh, unless the thread broke underneath, I don't know. Let's see. If it stitches line still, then we're good. Yep, we're fine. Okay. And actually, I think I might jump to here. And I'm going to trim it and then jump down to here because I don't want to sew over my line, and I'll be sewing over my line if I do that jump here. So let's just take it off of the machine. I think I'm going to wait to cut all of these like little loose threads. I'm going to wait till I'm done to do that. So let's get this mountain side up here. You know, the nice thing about using like a very small amount of the fusible is that everything feels very fabric-y still. So a lot of times when you use a fusible web, like to glue all these pieces down, you know, we were just using those tiny strips because that's all I kind of had left. But when you're using that fusible web, it can add like a layer of heft and thickness to things. And I don't have that as much this time. One more, I think. There. All right, let's try jumping up here again. All All right, that mountain's done. Let's just turn around and leap to this little bit here. I'm gonna have a lot of these jumps to cut off. All right, and now I think I'm just going to jump and do this mountain, and then we'll come back. I got a couple of rows in the middle here to do. But that's it. I'm not going to do anything else to attach these. I think we've gotten every edge, really. And the edges, you know, we didn't do the inside edge of things, but we're overlapping, so it's getting both. So I'm not worried about that. Oh, here. I'm going to go right here. Got a little close there, but I think we're okay. I've heard so many people doing sourdough starters lately because they can't get yeast at the grocery store. We tried that for a little while, and it was really fun. It was fun making all that bread, but we actually we don't eat bread that often, and you have to feed that sucker all the time. You're always feeding the sourdough, and you're doubling it like each time too. So it was just too much. And I don't know, we never were able to keep it alive for very long, so clearly we're doing something wrong. But again, we just don't eat it so often. What I should do is try and make some sauerkraut again. That would be fun. That we would go through. Oh, we have something going on here. I think my needle might have gotten wrapped around the thread. All right, yeah, that's got to get cut. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I don't know what happened, but something grabbed something wrong, and we got a whole big knotted mess here. So, oh man, all sorts of crazy tonight. Let's see if we can solve this. Luckily, it's just right at the beginning. Oh, maybe it's because I tried to jump and it just wasn't happy with me. That could be. So let's trim the bottom bobbin. I think it just was grabbing funny. So let's do some cleanup here. Get rid of the fuzzles. I think it caught the thread, the underneath thread from this jump and tried to pull that up. I think that's what was going on here. Trying to cut corners is what I'm trying to do, and I'm getting messed up. That's what's happening. I gotta get a nice sharp point again. There we go. Ugh. No threader on this machine. Come on. All right. Where was I? Actually, I think I'm going to go up here first. All right, I'm not going to do those jumping around anymore. I'll just trim it each time. I can do that. We just have a couple more here. Back to this green. Oh, we can just go down and up on this one. Oh, that's good. Oh, that might be our last move. Oh no, we got one more. Oh, cool. So we can go doot doot and then down right away. Oh, this is going to be one long stitch right now. That's good. Pending all goes well, which it's been a little off tonight. Yeah, so I can just go right to here. Let's change angles. Go up the screen. One more. There. And then I just have to go back down. So that's great. Spin around. And that's it. I think this is this will be my last row here, unless I've missed any. I think we got them all. All right, this one's in front. Good. So all I'll do is trim, and then we can work on the face masks. All right, that's it. Let's trim. Oh, and then I wanted to just cut around the edge too. All right. Sorry guys, just getting situated here. There. Okay. So now I'm going to just go around, and all these little bits where I was jumping around, I'm going to just trim those off. They're kind of everywhere, and I'll trim them off the back too. But yeah, so just went around each piece, and that's gonna be just fine. We don't need to do any more than that. I mean, feel free to get as decorative as you want on these, but I was looking for that quick finish so we can work on those face masks now. All right, that's all looking good. Oh, down here. Getting there. Man, threads all over the place. All right, let's do the back quick. Oh, look how fun it is on the back. You can just see the little outlines of the mountains. Oh, that's cool. I like that. It'd be fun to do just an all white quilt and just draw designs on like this. I mean, I guess that's sort of what I want to do for the Triangle Tango quilt. I still got to do the quilting on that, and I wanted to do like a scene. The back is all one color, and I thought it'd be fun to like draw a design like this and do that for the quilting. I don't really need to snip all these, but we're already doing it, I guess. All right, I think we got them all. Now I want to trim off a lot of this white just because I think it'll, I'm not going to perfectly square it up or trim it, but you know, I don't need all that stuff there. And it's just going to look so nice without it. So I'm going to do just a quick, just trim around the edge. This will get trimmed again before we get sewed into the quilt, but just for when I'm storing it right now, we'll make it look a little bit nicer. Not even using a ruler here. it's looking nice and clean. So it's not square for sure. So a lot of this will get kind of framed up a little bit nicer. So it's like a wonky little square right now, but I like it. There we are. We're kind of like a little wobbly, but again, you know, once we trim it square, it'll be nice. Oh, this would be cute as like a whole large blanket. I think that would be kind of fun, just like a really big one of these. Yay, you guys, done. We have another project complete, at least this part of the project, another block complete. So I have the other ones here. So this is where we're at so far. So this is March's block, and then I still have, let's get even higher so we can see here. Here is February's block. So this is what it might look like in a quilt eventually. And then January's block is here. So, oh, those look pretty next to each other, I think. I don't know. I have no idea what order I'll go in, but the one thing that's consistent is I do have this gray. So, I mean, this might have seemed pretty harsh to do like this dark in the background. I mean, I think it looks kind of nice, but the idea was to continue with the theme of that gray being consistent, because none of the colors are going to stay consistent. We get a new kind of color theme for each month. This was gray, then we had reds, and this was the greens. I don't know what next month is going to be, but it's meant to look different, like different colors. So the gray is kind of what I think is going to pull them all together. Oh, there's such big blocks though. I've never made blocks this big before, so it's just kind of fun. All right, so there we are. January, February, we did all that thread painting. Get rid of these fuzzles on the edge. And now we have March. Awesome. All right, you guys, let's get these face masks going. So this is where we left off. Let's see. I was finishing up the ones that I had, and we were testing that other idea. So these two are done. But all right, so these are the ones where I made that pocket in the back. So this is I made this on the on my YouTube. These, so check out that YouTube video again. It has that bigger flap. This is actually a 9-inch square folded in half, so it goes like all the way up. And then this one is just 6 inches, so it ends up folding in half, just 3 inches. So you have this nice pocket. And we're still getting the pleats. And I'm just doing the binding strips, or the straps. I'm doing that a little bit different than the video. We adapted from that other video of that tailor doing like the super speed making this. So this is kind of adapted from that video I did. But all I've done is pleated up the side, so just folding it and holding it in place really. And then I've sewn this strip on, so I'm just kind of in the middle of the strip. And that's kind of holding the pleats together. Then I did the same thing on the other side. And now, instead of making like that bias tape beforehand, I'm going to just fold it up and make it as I go. So we're just going to fold to the inside twice. Like fold both sides to the inside. And then we're going to fold it again. And then that's going to give that'll be the start of our strip. And then if I keep pulling on it and keep folding them in, I'm going to get that bias strip as I sew. You can already see it kind of just as I'm pulling. The tautness makes that strip. So that is so much easier than how I was ironing it. So that's the only difference from the video, is how I'm accomplishing the straps. So I got 3 of these here. Let's just cruise through and do these, the strips. The strips for the straps, I guess, or the ties. Let's call them ties. And then I'll be done with these 3 too. Oh, Pat, you made some like this today. What I do love about this design is, you know, it has that pocket. One adaptation you can make to this, and I wonder if I have any here. Ooh, I do. Okay. you guys, okay, I have a little pipe cleaner here. Let's see if this works. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to attempt to make a nose piece for this, so I'm kind of doing this on the fly here, but I have a hunch that this is going to work just fine. So I'm going to just fold this in half. So if you have a pipe cleaner or something like this around, there we go. So I am just, I just have a pipe cleaner. You know, use what you got. I think some people are using like a twist tie, but I think a pipe cleaner is going to work. Let's do it on one of these blue ones, because I know John wants one. So let's kind of mark the middle of this. Oh, they find out that pipe cleaners rust. Okay, so I'm going to just keep this one. So this one will keep. The ones we're donating, I haven't been putting any metal parts in, but I did order some actual metal pieces for this. So we'll see when those come in, we'll see what those are like. But for now, I think this will just work as a little test. All right, so I kind of marked the middle. You know what? I think I'm just going to hold this here. We're designing on the fly here now. That's not going to stay there, but I thought I'd maybe sew a little pocket through this whole thing and like leave it open a little bit. And that's kind of where this can live. We'll see. So we did actually use our masks when we went to the grocery store. So that was an experience. You know, it's just bizarre. But, ooh, my thread is acting crazy. It did feel like, you know, with a nose piece, it would be a little bit more comfortable. We wanted to make ours a little bit more washable. So the nurses could use them how they needed them, or put like another mask inside. So I don't know. I decided not to do the nose metal piece, but for my own, I think we're going to put them in. So I'm just making an L shape. I'm making this up as I go too, but I think it's going to work. All right. So, and then I think I'm just going to jump to the other side here. Kind of what I did with that other block, just jumping. I'm just kind of trying to flatten out my piece and sew an L, 2 L's. So I'm basically making a pocket, and we're going to just see if this works. Oh, I'm messing up my machine again. Hold on. I should have just stopped and started, but I didn't. Oh, it's going to just be angry at me. Hopefully it works. All right. You can actually measure. I'm using my actual pipe cleaner to measure. All right, so here's what I did just now. Let's take this off. All right, so all I've done is kind of make an L shape here and an L shape here, and I left a big space in the middle, and I'm going to trim those ends. Obviously, you can make this way cleaner and more measured than I did. It's kind of all over the place, but I think it's going to work. Okay. Oh gosh. Yeah, I made a whole mess here. It definitely was grabbing that thread. I shouldn't have tried to jump that space like I did, but oh well. It's still sewn. All right, so now I should actually be able to go up through the pocket and access this kind of new L shape. So, like here's that here's the pocket right there. So I should be able to kind of get my pipe cleaner ends in there. Hopefully I didn't make them too small, which I very well could have. All right, I think this is working. All right, I'm going to bend this up. Get in the other side here. All right, I did make it probably a little small, but you get the idea. I think that actually is going to work really nicely. Yeah, and then I can actually pull that out. So if I did want to wash this, I could just pull out through that pocket. I can just go back in here and pull that metal piece out. So if you are worried about washing it or about it rusting, it's removable. So dang, I kind of like that. That's going to make a big difference because when I was wearing it at the grocery store, this part was kind of straight and it was kind of going in my eyes a little bit, and that was uncomfortable. So having this little nose shape, I think, is going to be really, really helpful. So again, I just did an L on this side, an L on this side. I sewed through the whole thing, and then going up through the pocket, we were just able to insert that right there. And yeah, I just used a pipe cleaner, and it's working freaking dang well, I think. And yeah, any little metal piece, like I said, I did try and order some like real metal pieces. I'm going to try and order some real fabric too, and we'll see how those work as well. I don't know. John thought we could put some kits together, so we'll see. I'll try and get my hands on some of that other fabric and some of those nose pieces, and then we can do that. Oh, all right. I will put it on the model, but first we got to actually do the straps. So I didn't do any of the straps yet. I was just trying to figure out an idea there. So let's get these straps done and out of the way now. We'll try and crank through them all quickly here. So, all right, I'm going to start by making this edge just nice and clean. I'm going to roll it in once, and then I'm going to fold it to the middle on that side, and I'm going to fold it to the middle on this side. There we go. Just getting it started, right? And then I'm going to fold both of them again to the inside. So we kind of got that, right? And again, it's only right at the top there. That's the best I can do right now. I'm going to kind of pull on it a little bit, and that will help. Actually, it's going to want to form to that right away just by pulling it. So I'm going to encourage that. I'm just going to keep kind of folding it in until I have just like a little starting point there. And then that's what I'm going to get in the machine. And we'll just go forward and back. Again, a couple stitches. That just holds it down a little bit. It's kind of like tying a knot with sewing, is going that forward and back. All right, and then just by keeping this tension, I'm just going to kind of keep rolling it to the inside, and then rolling it again. And by keeping that tension, that's what's going to keep this all together. So I'm not pressing it or anything right now. And actually I can just kind of get my finger in there to line it all up, and there we go. I'm gonna go down a little further. Oh, if the screen is frozen, Kathy, try backing out and coming back in. I think we're okay on my end today. Or give it a sec, it might pop in again. All right, so I'm getting to the I already have sewn in, and I'm going to just kind of continue to wrap it, that fold in half and fold in half again. And I'm just keeping doing that. I'm just keeping on working down the way. So now here, I'm going to kind of push in the mask so it's right up on the inside. And when we get to the edge here, I'm going to go backwards and forwards a few times just to kind of lock it in, give it some extra hold there, because that's going to be pulled on quite a bit. All right, I can get my pleats looking a little bit better. And now let's keep going. Oh, your state has everyone wearing masks now, so you'll be making masks all night. Oh my gosh, Tracy. Yep, we saw a few at the grocery store, but I bet you there'll be a lot more now. Yeah, we want to get back on making masks too. We've been crazy busy, you guys, with Penguin and Fish, which is awesome. And I have a fun idea that you guys might like that I'm going to try and get together this weekend. To kind of go with our embroidery of the month. But we do want to get back on the face masks. For sure. Okay, and now as I get to the end here, I'm going to stop, and then I'm going to kind of open it up again and fold in that edge. This is just to get that nice, clean edge. You don't need to actually do that. You could just keep sewing, and you're going to be perfectly fine. It's just kind of fun to get that nice edge in there. All right, I'm just going to back tack again, and then I'm just going to grab the other strip and do the same thing. Let's fold in half, or not fold in half, get that little edge over, and then fold in half and fold in half, or fold toward the center, that's probably more accurate. Now we're folding in half. There, kind of getting it started. And I'm just gonna keep sewing right onto the next piece. There we go, little backward stitching. And there we are. And I'm gonna do this for the other two yet. Actually, we might only get this one done tonight. I'll have to get the other two done this weekend. But I'll show you what it looks like with the metal piece in there, the pipe cleaner. All right, again, I'm gonna go back and forth a few times here. Oh, thanks, Judith. Yeah, this is kind of a goofy combination of some of my old fabric line fabrics. I think these are both from the Picnic Pals line. All right, getting a run and start here. Last little bit here. All right, I'm gonna fold in this edge. Selvage edge that's really fuzzy. All right, so I think I'm just gonna make this one tonight, but if I were to make more, I would just start the next mask, just start the next strip here. But I think it is getting late already, and we'll call it an evening here. So I sewed them together there. Now I gotta snip that apart and get the little fuzzles on this edge. We'll get that. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna flip you around. Oh, Elaine is saying that the mask, your mask is finished, but the pleats disappear. I think that's totally fine. I think that's actually ideal. I mean, in theory, that's what's going to happen. So I'm just pulling on the pleats, and then you can kind of see them again. You could pull on them and then give it a really good press, but really it doesn't matter because when you wear it, it's going to open, and you want it to open. So, oh, I got fuzzles on the inside here. So there we go. I'm going to tie the top first. I just find it so just bizarre wearing these still. So, and then at the bottom, sometimes I wear this down here too. It's just kind of whatever is most comfortable. I'll just tie this once. And you can do the ones with the elastic too, but we're doing these for the nurses because they were finding that the elastic was hurting a little bit. So here's that nose area, and without it, it was going like in my eyes like this. So having the nose helps quite a bit. I think I gotta make it a little looser. There we go. Definitely have shape there. So I'd probably make this a bit tighter when I tie it. But there, I think we're blocking a lot more space with having that metal. I mean, how does it feel? It feels, you know, like I'm wearing something over my face. So, I mean, this is a huge improvement, actually, having that little metal pocket in. So, go ahead and make those two little L's there. I can breathe perfectly fine. It feels like I'm breathing through the mask, too. It's not like I'm just getting air from above and below. So, I do like having just that cotton muslin in there. So, there we are, guys. And this one feels big. So they seemed a little bit, I mean, I think they're a good size for me. They're maybe even just a little bit too big for me. But for John, they were a little small. So you might just want to make them, so this was 6 inches high. You might want to go just a little bit longer if you're making it for like a larger face. If you're making it for a child, I think you could probably leave the 6 inches, but this is 9 inches here. You might want to just make that like more like 7 inches. But other than that, I think, you know, they can kind of flex for whoever. And that's what's nice about the ties too. You can just tie it as, you know, for whatever size head. So that's awesome. So thank you guys. Finish it Friday. We did finish one mask, and we finished our block of the month, the Aurifil block of the month. So have an amazing weekend, you guys. If you are making masks or anything else, please share it in the Penguin and Fish Crafters group. It is amazing how many of you are making these masks, and yeah, we're all gonna be wearing them soon, so get at it, I guess. So thank you guys, and I will see you again on Monday. Good night.